Welcome to the Mirth Connect User Group, Mirth Minute. We'll be working off of Mirth Connect 3.6.2. Today, this is installation number 2 of this series. We'll look at the FTP and SFTP reader and FTP and SFTP writer. Mirth is a registered trademark of Nextgen Healthcare. The Mirth Connect User Group is not affiliated with Nextgen Healthcare. To set up a channel to read from an FTP server, choose Source, connector type of file reader, choose your source settings, go down to file reader settings under Method, choose either FTP or SFTP. FTP will send the files across the connection in an unencrypted format. SFTP will send the files in an encrypted format, and there are reasons for doing either method. If you choose SFTP and the server that you're pulling files from is not SFTP enabled, then it will not work. In this case, we're going to choose FTP. You put in your server name, you put in your directory, and this is the server name and directory on the source FTP server. This is the server that you're pulling the files from. You put in your file name filter pattern. Star will pull all files. You can do star.pdf, files ending only in PDF, or say file names ending in .txt. You can also search using regular expressions here. You can include your subdirectories, and there are other settings imported here. The anonymous or requiring a username and password. You would definitely want to do username and password, say my user, and then put in some password. Timeouts. Passive mode, you can do active or passive mode. Would suggest you use passive mode. You can validate your connection, and then here after processing action, I do a lot of work with this. You can move the files, so the original location of the file will be moved to the directory that you want it to be moved to with the name that you want, or you can delete the file, and then you can take action on error. To send the file to an FTP server, so now we've read the file and it's in Mirth Connect. The destination here, choose destination. File writer. Notice before we chose file reader, and then you want to choose the method FTP or SFTP. You also have here a test write, so you can test your connection. We have the same function over here, a test read. You put in your server name, you put in the directory where you want these files to land in, and then you can put in file names for the files to land in this directory. So in this case, the file name pattern will be the system myfile.pdf. That's how it will land in this directory. And you can choose any of these options over here and just drag them over. Notice here, you can even choose the original file name, which I usually do. Anonymous or non-anonymous, you'd always want to choose a username and password. You have a timeout setting, so this is set to 10 seconds. Passive active mode, validate the connection. And then here, if the file exists, it will append the file. If the file exists, it will overwrite the file. Or if the file exists, it will error. So you can avoid that scenario by just choosing the system if you have a situation where the file name would likely be the same. And then here, you can choose in the template type, which is encoded data. You can choose any of these options, but in this case I chose encoded data. And that is how you set up your source to read from an FTP server or your destination to write to an FTP server. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.